International Women's Day, 8 March 2025. Theme: For all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment. On 8 March 2025, join us to celebrate International Women's Day under the theme For All Women and Girls, Rights, Equality, Empowerment. This year's theme calls for action that can unlock equal rights, power, and opportunity for all, and a feminist future where no one is left behind. Central to this vision is empowering the next generation youth, particularly young women and adolescent girls, as catalyst for lasting change. Ask leaders to take action and invest in promoting women's rights and gender equality. Share International Women's Day stories and messages on digital platforms using the hashtag For All Women and Girls to spark a dialogue and inspire action. How to promote all women and girls rights, equality, and empowerment. Promoting the rights, equality, and empowerment of all women and girls requires a comprehensive approach that addresses legal, social, economic, and cultural barriers. Here are 15 detailed strategies to achieve this goal. 1. Strengthen legal protection for women's rights. Advocate for laws that guarantee gender equality, prohibit discrimination, and criminalize gender-based violence. Ensure women have equal access to property ownership, inheritance, and financial assets. Enforce strict penalties for violations of women's rights. To improve access to quality education, provide free and compulsory education for girls at all levels, address barriers like child marriage, period poverty, and school safety. Encourage STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths education for girls to break traditional career limitations. 3. Close the gender pay gap. Implement policies for equal pay for equal work. Promote salary transparency to reduce wage discrimination. Encourage businesses to conduct gender addicts and address pay disparities. 4. Increase women's economic empowerment. Provide access to micro loans, credit and financial literacy programs. Support women entrepreneurs through finding, mentorship and training. Implement workplace policies like paid maternity leave and flexible work arrangements. 5. End gender-based violence and harassment. Strengthen laws and enforcement against domestic violence, sexual harassment and trafficking. Provide accessible and safe reporting mechanism for victims. Fund shelters, support services and rehabilitation programs for survivors. 6. Promote women's leadership and political participation. Implement gender quotas in government and corporate leadership positions. Provide leadership training program for women. Addresses barriers such as discrimination, harassment and lack of funding for female candidates. 7. Ensure universal access to healthcare and reproductive rights. Provide affordable and accessible healthcare services for women and girls. Protect reproductive rights include access to contraception and safe abortion. Educate communities on maternal health, family planning and sexual health. 8. Challenge harmful cultural norms and stereotypes. Promote media representation of strong, diverse female role models. Engage men and boys as allies in gender equality. Use community-based education to address harmful practices like child marriage and female genital mutilation. 9. Increase women's representation in media and technology. Support female content creators, journalists and filmmakers. Encourage women's participation in the tech industry and digital innovation. Regulate online spaces to combat cyber bullying and digital harassment against women. 10. Protect women in conflict and crisis situations. Ensure women's inclusion in peace negotiations and conflict resolution. Provide protection against sexual violence in conflict zones. Support displaced women and girls with education and employment opportunities. 11. Strengthen support for single mothers and caregivers. Implement social protection policies like child care support, paid parental leave and pension systems. Recognize and reduce the unpaid care burden through economic policies. Provide workplace accommodations for mothers and caregivers. 12. Encourage gender inclusive workplace policies. Enforce anti-discrimination policies in hiring and promotions. Implement sexual harassment prevention training. Support mentorship and sponsorship program for women in leadership. Promote digital and financial inclusion. Expand internet access and digital literacy program for women. Encourage female participation in financial decision making. Reduce barriers to banking and digital payment systems. Foster a gender responsive climate policy. Addresses the impact of climate change on women, particularly in rural areas. Support women-led climate innovation and initiatives. Sustainable businesses. Ensure women's voices are included in environmental decision making. 15. Strengthen global and local advocacy for women's rights. Support international agreements like Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. Printed with grassroots organizations to drive local change. Increase funding for gender equality programs at all levels. Thank you. Have a happy International Women's Day.